Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone. Peak dog, a sneak dog. Hey, how are you? Welcome back to Discovery Ranch. I'm Mr. Dawson, and I'm here to take you on adventures so you can learn how to read and write. And remember, today is Friday. What does that mean? That's right, it's Reading and Writing Day. This is the day, all those things that we've learned all week, we're going to use it to read and to write. Remember, if you will write to me, let me put this back here. If you will write to me, guess what? Right here at Valley PBS, I'm going to send you an activity book. When you write, tell me what you've learned, and then I'll send you a very nice note and an activity book. Do it today. Well, we should get started on what we're going to do today for reading and writing. Let me stand up. Get my pointer, and let's take a look at our essential question. Today it says, how can you stay safe in bad weather? We're going to talk about weather today. Lightning strikes. Do you notice? Did you notice? Yes, I had to put a G there because it didn't go there, and I thought, you know what? Sometimes mistakes happen. We've been talking about mistakes all week, and this was a little mistake, but that's okay. We just improvise and we fix it so we make it right. Lightning strikes. Talking about weather, I have just a few books this week, but here are some books that you can read. Tornado, hurricanes, and blizzards. Informational books about weather. And here is a narrative book that says, what will the weather be like today? Now, okay, you may not be able to go to the library and check out a book, and maybe you can, but I know a place where you can check out books all the time, online. It's called Sora. Sora. If you will go to Sora, you can check out books. Isn't that awesome? Yes. Let's take a look at the book that we're going to read today. Here it is. This is Be Safe in Bad Weather. Now remember, we've been talking about how there is informational text and narrative text. And remember, narrative text is a story. And it's usually false or it's fiction. It's not really true. And then there's informative text. And I haven't done a lot of informative text, but informative text gives us information. Well, today, our story is in an informative text. It's going to give us information. In fact, in the back of it, it's going to talk about a safety kit. A safety kit. So we're going to build, that's the comprehension part, because remember, teachers love to see if you're paying attention by asking questions. And after the story, guess what we're going to do? We're going to build the safety kit that they talked about. So I hope that you're paying attention in the story because they're going to talk about this safety kit. And then we're going to fill it out. So remember, our story is Be Safe in Bad Weather. Pay attention as you watch this video. Be safe in bad weather. In most places, the 4 seasons can bring changes in the weather. Let it snow. In winter, cold weather can bring lots of snow and wind. Sometimes it's a blizzard. Schools and stores are closed. This girl is safe. She stays inside. Let it blow. Whoosh! In some places, strong winds blow in spring, summer, and fall too. Sometimes these winds can turn into a bad storm or even a hurricane. During a storm, follow the directions of a grown-up. Stormy weather. Boom!
How can you keep safe if you see lightning or hear thunder? If you are outside, stay away from trees. Then quickly find shelter indoors from the storm that is coming your way. Be smart and stay safe. Know your phone number, know your street address, know the name of your town and state. Practice saying them with your family. Make sure you have a safety kit in your house. Check that your family has a safety kit. Prepare it with these things: flashlight, water, cans of food, can opener, and bandages. What else would you place in the kit?
Did you see all that information about bad weather and then what we can do? We're going to talk more about that in a minute, but guess what I want to look. Does this look familiar? It does. It says, how to be safe in bad weather. And here's the safety kit. Check that your family has a safety kit. Prepare it with these tools. Yes, having a safety kit in your house is really important because if the lights go out, what are you going to do? In an emergency situation where the weather's bad, what are you going to do? You need to be prepared. That's right. Do you remember the things in the book to be prepared? Okay, let's remember. All right. Here we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. What was the first thing they talked about? Right, a flashlight. So a flashlight is very key because if electricity goes out, what are you going to do? All right, if I was going to spell flashlight, let me think. I'm listening to that. First of all, let's see how many syllables. Do you remember doing syllables? A long time ago. Let's do it. Flash, light. There's 2 syllables. So what's that first syllable? Flash. What was the first sound? Is for F. Ash. And then the second syllable was light. Light. Right. Is for L. L-I-G-H-T. There's the first thing. What was the next thing they talked about? Right, yes, very important. Water. Water is very important. You need water. W is for W. You need water because if you don't have water, you'll get thirsty fast. Check. All right, what else did it talk about? Right, food. We need food. So here we go. What letter would I use first? Right, is for F. Food. Food. F-O-O-D. Now, it's really good to have food like in cans. Ooh, bad D. Very good to have food like in cans and stuff because they last a bit longer. What was another one? Check. That's right. If you have cans of food, guess what else you need? That's right, a can opener. And that's one we could sound out. That's one we could sound out. Can opener. Yeah. Opener. Check. And then what was the last thing in the book that they talked about? Well, yeah, right, of course, because if you get hurt, you need to have some way to cover it. That was bandages. Okay. Bandages. There we go. Look at that. So what were they? Let's review them. Oh, don't forget, check. We have flashlight, water, food, can opener, because the food is usually in a can, and then bandages. You remembered that from the book. That was so awesome. I am so excited about how well you guys are comprehending these stories. Let's finish up a little bit more with some more reading and more writing. Isn't it good? It's so good to know how to read and write. This one says, be safe in bad weather. What words does the author use to tell that bad weather is on its way? Well, in the first one it says, whoosh. In some places, strong winds blow in spring, summer, and fall. What was the word? Oh, I'm going to circle whoosh, because that gives me a clue, because when it's windy, that's what it sounds like. And here's another one. Boom! How can you keep safe if you see lightning or hear thunder? Cover, that's what I say. But what was the word that gave you the clue? Right, let's say it together. You ready? Let's say it. Boom! There we go. Boom! All right. Now, when it says whoosh, whoosh is the sound of, right, wind. Wind. So how do you spell wind? Let's sound it out. Wind. 4 phonemes. W is for W. I is for, got it, I. In. I'm hearing you guys loud and clear. And what was the last phoneme? D. D is for D. Right. Nice job. Okay, let's look at this next one. Remember boom? Boom is the sound of, what was it? It was the sound of thunder, right? Thunder. T-H-U-E-R. I better put a period there because they're sentences. Here we go. What does it say? Whoosh is the sound of wind. Boom is the sound of thunder. Whoa, that was so good. You learned so much today. It's so cool that we can come here and learn a lot about reading and writing. We learned so much this week. We learned about V and X. We learned about alliteration. We learned about, plural nouns. And we learned some sight words. And then we ended up using all that to read our book, How to Be Safe in Bad Weather. And we did some writing. And we did some more writing. You guys are amazing. I couldn't do this without you. Do you realize that? I couldn't do it without you. Well, I had a great time this week, for sure. And guess what? I'm going to have a great time next week as well. And I hope that you join me here at the ranch so that we can learn so many things together. We do it all week. Be here with us. It's so amazing. I have so much fun. So much fun. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good